My name is Duffy, and my life has been one long, unrelenting storm. A storm I've weathered with nothing but a shred of hope and a letter from parents I barely remember. I'm 25 now, but the weight of my past is a chain I still carry. I tell you this, not for pity, but so you might understand the kind of hope that only God can sustain in a man who has lost everything. It all began when I was 10 years old. My parents, loving, God-fearing people, were snatched away from me in a car crash that I was too young to fully comprehend. One moment they were singing hymns in the front seat of our old, battered car, and the next, the world became a blur of flashing lights, twisted metal, and my father's outstretched hand slipping away from mine. I was thrust into darkness, not just of the world, but of my soul. The system didn't have room for an orphan boy with nothing to his name but an old photograph of his parents and a handwritten letter my mother had tucked into my shirt pocket before that fateful trip. Life on the streets. I was abandoned to the streets, a boy of 10, forced to grow up in parks and alleys, seeking shelter in abandoned buildings where shadows seemed alive with menace. At first, the cold nights terrified me. I'd clutch that picture of my parents so tightly that the edges began to fray. Their faces, the only warmth I had left, were my anchor. The letter they left me became my lifeline. It read, "Duffy, our beloved son, obey God's commandments. Keep a pure heart. God defends the innocent and provides for the needy. Never lose your faith." At night, when the world seemed most cruel, I'd whisper those words to myself. They kept me from breaking, from giving in to the dark temptations of survival. But life was merciless. I scavenged food from dumpsters, often gagging at the stench but knowing I had no choice. My stomach screamed for days when I found nothing. The hunger gnawed at me like a rabid beast, yet I refused to steal. The letter was clear. God defends the innocent. The monsters of the streets. The streets were a battlefield. Older boys, hardened by the same cruel life, would steal what little I had, scraps of bread. A discarded blanket I found near a church, even the tiny box where I kept my parents' photograph and letter. One night I stumbled upon 3 of them rifling through my box. I froze. My blood turned to ice as they laughed, waving the picture and taunting me. "What's this? Mommy and Daddy can't save you now," one of them sneered, his voice dripping with malice. I begged them to stop, tears streaming down my face. My chest felt like it was about to explode. "Please, that's all I have of them, please." They tore the photograph in half, and I felt something inside me die. But I didn't fight. I couldn't. I remembered my mother's words, "Keep a pure heart." An encounter with grace. I was 20 when the first real miracle happened. A woman named Sister Martha, a volunteer with a local church, found me sleeping in a park. Her warm smile and gentle voice reminded me of my mother. She offered me a hot meal and a place to stay for the night. For the first time in years, I slept in a bed. The mattress felt like heaven beneath my broken body. She introduced me to the church community, and though I couldn't stay permanently, they gave me hope. They showed me that not all hearts had turned cold. Still not out of the woods. Now, at 25, I'm still homeless, still wandering. But my faith remains unshaken. There are nights when despair threatens to consume me. When the cold bites so hard I feel my bones might crack, but I hold on to the letter. I hold on to the promise that God defends the innocent and provides for the needy. I pray every day, pouring my heart out to the heavens. God, I don't know how much longer I can hold on, but I trust you. I believe you will do a new thing in my life. A message for you. My name is Duffy, and this is my story. It's not a tale of triumph, not yet. But it's a story of survival, of faith in the face of unimaginable loss. If you're reading this, I want you to know that God hasn't forgotten you. He sees your pain, your struggle, and He will defend you. Life has broken me in ways I never thought possible, but it has not taken my soul. It has not stolen my faith. And if I can hold on, so can you. This is my testimony, a life of sorrow, yes, but also a life of unwavering hope.